For someone to suggest that a bodybuilder had a bigger back than Ronnie King Coleman, they must be either crazy or the back that they are referring to is the biggest and maybe one of the best backs of all time. And this dude here, Art Atwood, I think, yeah, he definitely resembles that remark. This is perhaps the biggest back development in bodybuilding history, and really, genetically speaking, potentially the best one of all time. Here's a side-by-side comparison between Art Atwood, I believe this is in 2006, 2005, and he is dwarfing the 2003 Ronnie King Coleman in size. Now, yes, Ronnie King Coleman's condition, it won him Olympias, of course. And as Art Atwood, he did get more conditioned by times, as you can see here, from the exact same event. He still was blessed with those thick lower lat insertions, and dare I say, still a bigger back than Ronnie King Coleman. Here he was in 2002. Now he was even more conditioned in 2002. This was his highest placing. And it was not that bad, actually. And like I said, genetically speaking, lat insertions, things of that nature, sure, he wasn't as huge as that first picture, but still, he had one of the best backs of all time. And his condition wasn't that bad, considering a guy like Jay Cutler won an Olympia with this condition here. And dare I say, Art Atwood is completely destroying Jay Cutler in this shot. And since we have the Cutler man up here, with his '07 version, let's have a look at his rear lat spread, because he is known for being one of the widest bodybuilders, maybe even wider than Ronnie King Coleman in this shot. And look at Art Atwood. Look at how he's as wide as a bus. This is the proverbial barn door that the Tominator always talks about, or he used to talk about. Miss his videos, by the way. But this is the barn door. This back development, gotta be the biggest, gotta be the best of all time. And with condition not that bad, why did Art Atwood never place higher than 12th at the Mr. Olympia event? To put it bluntly, from the front, he was very underwhelming. His midsection was wide, his quads not nearly big enough to match that upper body. And you compare any of these shots, even with his most conditioned version here in 2002, with any pose from Ronnie King Coleman, the front shots, and it's dwarf city. It's Ronnie King Coleman, superiority in the arms. I mean, look at the quads. Look at the quads. You can definitely tell he needs more size. And even in the front lat spread, it appears that he has a torn lat. Now, you couldn't tell that from the front, or from the rear, rather. The back shots, very impressive, but from the front, and even one of his quads looks to be much smaller than the other one. So yeah, the guy had a few problems, but he was more than just a great back. He also had a world-class set of abs. I mean, look at this. Compare him with Ronnie King Coleman, and sure, he'd probably lose the shot because of the wheels. But look at the ab development. Imagine if Ronnie King Coleman had these abs. Wow, he would have been dominant, right? Well, he was dominant anyway. He would have been more dominant? Anyway, Art Atwood. World-class abs, world-class back. And you know what? He was maybe more known for this. His great big man's chest. This is the manliest, biggest man's chest that I think the world has ever seen. I'll put a side-by-side between him and Ronnie King Coleman. Coleman, yeah, this is probably a strong pose for him too. And just look at the chests. Look at the pecs. It's boys versus men, much like Ronnie Coleman described in the comparison between him and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Another guy, could you imagine Art Atwood and Arnold Schwarzenegger? I honestly think that this is what Arnold would look like if he was around nowadays. This is what the size of the pec he would have. And you notice, for those of you who have a good keen eye for bodybuilding, you notice Arnold, he is tilting a little bit too much. Art Atwood could actually say to Arnold, hey Arnold, you gotta go to the side. It's a side chest, Arnold, not front chest. He's got more of a thicker pec. A little reference there from Pumping Iron. Franco and Arnold. I think that was actually on the extras. Now stay tuned for Raw Iron, the making of Pumping Iron. And come on, guys, we all watched the extras on that 100 times, right? Anyway, guys, I'm sure most of you, or at least some of you, are thinking, maybe I'm being a little bit too kind to Art Atwood, suggesting that, better than Ronnie King Coleman and this and that and the other thing. But you know what, guys? With the back development like this, the guy deserves respect. He died young, unfortunately. The guy never placed higher than 12th at the Olympia. Let us at least let him have this video. You know what I'm saying, guys? The guy deserves it. The guy deserves it. Let him have the video. Hit thumbs up on the video, guys. And, show some love to Art Atwood. And let him know that we'll never forget this back. Unbelievable. Or his big man's manly chest. Have a great one.